Hey weirdos, my name is Dejaniro and I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. And in today's video, I will redesign the Fantastic Four. So as the drawing starts, I guess I should let you know where I've been. So I have been gone for 2 years, and the reason why is because life got in the way. Relationship troubles, career troubles, troubling troubles that troubled the troubled, you know? But yeah, that's what I've been. Oh, also, I graduated college. Yeah, I have a degree in computer science, but specifically in computer animation. Another thing, I have a career now. I won't say what type, but it's a teacher. Honestly, teaching is the most successful and stressful yet rewarding job I've ever had. I hope someday this becomes my job, honestly, but for now, I'll keep this as a hobby. Over the past 2 years, I've been drawing a lot and designing a lot, but I lost access to one of my accounts in Photoshop, so almost 4 years of art and work were lost. Worlds I created, characters, weapons, lost. But hey, we push forward. Maybe I'll do a sketchbook tour. Yeah, that'll be a nice video idea. So, Fantastic Four. First of all, the movie was amazing, and I've always really liked the Fantastic Four, and I've read a lot of them, but I'm not the most versed in their history. I know a lot of their stories, but not a lot of their history, you know? But as for the movie, it's great. I still don't like the casting of Father Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, but he did kill it as an actor. As for everyone else, I think they were okay casted. It did feel like there was too much star power, but hey. Now, for my Fantastic Four, let's talk about the designs. So the color scheme. I wanted the Fantastic Four to have elements from their most famous designs. This one and this one. So of course, I wanted them to have blue, black, and white. And once the colors are done in the video itself, you'll notice that they're not exactly those colors. They're more shades of blue than anything. So anyway, the designs. I was looking at comic and fan art of the Fantastic Four, and I ended up coming into this thought of how the F4 look through their powers. Mr. Fantastic is stretchy, and for some reason in my head that means a square being stretched, so a rectangle. And that's the type of visual language I went with. For Susan Storm, I went with how I interpret her powers. So she bends slight to become invisible. To me that means round. And what shape language is round? Circles. So I basically rounded out her design. For Human Torch, I imagined and looked at fire. I noticed that fire has peaks, and it's typically kind of triangle shaped, kind of like this. So I went with that, but inverted. So for him, also for him specifically, I got inspiration from this iteration of the Fantastic Four. Boom, here it is. And finally, for the Thing. Big square. I mean, it's a big square. I mean, look at this guy. He's a brick wall. Another thing I decided to implement is that I wanted to kind of give off different vibes with their suits. Reed is kind of a beaker, or like a lab coat. Sue has those curves, like how light would curve around her and make her invisible. Also, she's showing her arms like the Thing, because like the Thing, she's a powerhouse. Like in my version and opinion, Sue is the most powerful member of the Fantastic Four. Now the Thing, I wanted him to give off the vibe of like a wrestler and like a grappler, you know? And I wanted Johnny to give off Daredevil biker vibes. Now as always, I have my version of these characters and their lore. So, let's begin. Reed Richards, boy genius, entrepreneur, inventor, visionary, physicist, chemist, all of it. Literally. At age 17, he already had his PhD. At age 22, he was already working with his universe's version of S.H.I.E.L.D. He was helping them develop interstellar travel and pass everything the public had or could ever dream of. In this project is where he meets 20-year-old Susan Storm, genius-level astronomer and photonics scientist, and her 19-year-old brother, Jonathan Storm. He's a genius-level chemist and physicist, specializing in energy transfer and such. The project was for them to use a strange gem with cosmic powers to propel themselves across space. What Reed managed to do was use this gem, get its energy, and use it to power the ship, and make it warp space around it for faster than light travel. This ship is called the Marvel 1. Development of this and many other side projects took multiple years. Let's say that it takes about 10 years. In these 10 years, Susan and Reed developed feelings, date as a couple for about 5 to 8 of those years, and eventually get married. Throughout this, Benjamin Grimm and Reed Richards maintain their lifelong friendship. When Hydra starts to invade S.H.I.E.L.D., Reed contacts his lifelong best friend, Benjamin Grimm, a world-class pilot and borderline mechanical genius, to help him steal the ship so that Hydra doesn't get it. As he and Ben go to steal the ship, Susan and Johnny force themselves onto the ship, refusing to let Reed take this huge of a risk by himself. They also make the perfect point that the ship was designed for exploration with them three specifically in mind. And now that they have the world's greatest pilot with them, it's impossible for Reed to take his wife and brother-in-law off the ship. He gives up, and the four of them steal the ship. The ship being made using the energy of this cosmic gem that bends space, it makes the ship be outside of Earth in less than seconds. Immediately after exiting the planet, they notice this insane pulse emit from the ship. The pulse is the cosmic signature of the gem, the space gem. Yes, in this story, the space gem is what the Fantastic Four use, or specifically Reed, used to create the ship. Once that weird energy is emitted from the ship, they accidentally lose control of the ship and travel billions of light years until they stop in front of a black hole. They frantically try to fix the ship, and from the black hole emerges Galactus. Galactus also sends out a signal, pulse type thing. See, the Infinity Gems are sentient in certain ways, and they always seek to be together in the Infinity Force. The Infinity Gems were placed all across the universe by someone, I don't know yet, to avoid an ancient scroll referred to as the Thanatos Prophecy. This pulse that Galactus sets off is a pulse of pure cosmic power. He sets this off as a beacon to start collecting the Infinity Gems, because once the gems leave their home, they start immediately searching for each other. But not only do the gems look for each other, the people with the capabilities to search for the gems also start searching for them, including the Kree, Skrulls, and Thanos. And since Galactus is a force of cosmic balance, he seeks to search for them before anyone can use them for chaos. From this cosmic power pulse, the crew of the Marvel 1 gets exposed to cosmic power and mutate into the Fantastic Four. In a blur of movements and survival instincts, the four of them make their way back to Earth. As they come back to consciousness, the four of them notice new things on their bodies. Reed's limbs and neck are stretched beyond what should be possible. Susan flickers between visible and invisible. The onboard fire extinguishing system threatens to run out as Johnny keeps burning. Ben sees his reflection and freezes, traumatized by the sight. And that's how my Fantastic Four came to be, and the beginning of my version of the characters from Marvel Comics. I know it's a bit of a cliffhanger, but that's how we do it. P.S. In case the video is not over and I have more leftover drawing time, I wanted to say that, I don't know, I mean, it's kind of just like a rambling thing to kind of like fill out space, just in case that there's like more space to be filled out. The Fantastic Four are kind of nuts as a family. I mean, Reed and Susan decided to get married after becoming the Fantastic Four, which is kind of like, I mean, that's okay, it's cool, but like, did in my head, did they love each other prior to the powers? Oh, also in the comics, Susan is just like a substitute teacher and like a model or something. She has no business, in my opinion, being with, like, not in a relationship, but like actively hanging out and commenting on like extreme world-ending stuff. Same with Johnny. He's literally like nothing. Like, he's only there because they're family, which is like, I mean, that's the whole point. But like, I love the idea that modern twists have taken, like modern stories have taken, of making the Fantastic Four all mentally fantastic, which to me is just like the best, because it's like, yeah, it would make sense that these four people steal the ship, because these four people are very specifically like in place to be the people to be able to steal the ship. I don't know. It's just weird thoughts. Another thing, the Thing. I understand that from a personal perspective, he would be traumatized by what he sees every day he looks in the mirror, but man, it's like it makes no sense. Like the movie did it best. People would think he's cool. People would just think he's cool. In universe, like the main 616 universe, in universe, it makes no sense for people to think he's weird or ugly or whatever. Like it's ridiculous to me. Because I don't know. You see weirder stuff than a man made of rocks every single day, and that's the thing you choose to get hung up about. Same with the X-Men. Don't get me started on the X-Men. Like it makes no sense for them to be like, oh, we hate these, but not these, because they're literally the same thing. They're all like mutates. There's mutants and then there's like mutates, and they're all the same thing. They get mutated because of something external. Like, oh my god, I hate it. Another thing is that Reed activates his powers. Johnny literally has a catchphrase that activates his powers. Susan activates her powers. I think it's been alluded to in the comics that that Ben can kind of activate his powers, but like, why not give him the choice to do that? Like at this point, Reed is the smartest person in the planet. I'm sure he could have found something. He literally meets different versions of himself, and like they all have Infinity Gauntlets. I'm sure that Reed could just get the Infinity Stone, the Infinity Gem, the Reality Gem, and just change Ben to be able to like at least flip it on and off. I don't know. I guess those are just like rambling thoughts that I had. If there's more space in the video that is like left without voiceover, enjoy, and I'll see you at the outro. Bye bye. So, here's the redesign for my Fantastic Four. I had a lot of fun drawing this, and I hope you had a lot of fun watching. If you did, make sure to share the video and check out another one. Thanks, weirdos. Have a good morning, day, or night.